Welcome to I Hear Things for June 11th. This week, who doesn't like pizza? So let's open up a restaurant. In fact, let's not just open it, let's inherit it from our parents, and we'll call it a diner. Our diner serves a wide variety of dishes: pizza, burgers, salads, sandwiches, comfort food. On any given night, there's something for everybody. And the diner really becomes known for its variety. In fact, our parents really leaned into that variety, continually expanding the menu until it looked like something between the Cheesecake Factory and the Manhattan phone book. You see this kind of diner all over New Jersey, by the way. They always have a sign that says baking done on premises, and I wonder if those are false premises. In any case, the diner's profitable, and there are long waits for tables on weekends and at brunch. And around the diner, the town even starts to grow up a little bit. The economy gets better. A Jiffy Lube pops up across the street. By the way, don't eat at a Jiffy Lube. Terrible food. The strip mall next to us, the one that has the Blockbuster / laundromat / tax prep business, that strip mall renovates. A frozen yogurt shop moves in. More people start eating out. And the guy across the street with the car wash, well, he takes notice. The car wash maybe not doing as well. He demolishes that car wash, and one day, boom. Where there was once a rack of non-tree smelling and yet tree-shaped air fresheners, there it stood, a new Blaze Pizza. Now, Blaze Pizza doesn't make the best pizza you've ever had. Let's just get that out there. The crust isn't going to win any awards, especially the cauliflower crust, which is neither. But the process is fun. The ability to customize your own pie it's new, and the pizza's pretty good. So your friends and neighbors decide to try it with their families, and their teens and tweens really love it. The parents think it's okay. But it isn't better than the diner across the street with all the variety, your diner. On the next weekend, those parents return to the diner, but their teen sons and daughters ask if they can meet their friends at Blaze instead. And on Friday night, your diner is hopping. It's still busy because more people are eating out. But the character of your sales is different. Compared to previous weekend nights, you sold a lot more Baja chicken salads and hamburgers than normal, and not as much pizza. Still, it was a great night, so you sleep the sleep of champions. 1 year later, the sales at your diner, they're still strong. Maybe there isn't a line waiting out the door on Friday nights anymore, but you're still turning the tables twice a night. You even added a liquor license. The town continues to grow. And that disused standalone TV and appliance repair shop becomes a smash burger. Now, it's not how you would make a burger, maybe, but you got to admit, they're pretty tasty. By the end of the year, your most popular dish, by far, becomes the Baja chicken salad. You even put a star on it next to its name on the menu. Chef's favorite. The Baja chicken salads are flying out the door. Pizzas and burgers, however, aren't selling as well. You leave the burger on the menu, and in fact, you even add one. You call it the Stomp Burger. But you decide to stop selling pizza because pizza sales are so low that it hardly seems worth the time and effort to make the dough rise. So the next year, while it seems like the town around you is booming, you finally notice your own sales slipping. Your once voluminous menu, that Manhattan phone book of food, has slimmed to one page front and back. And on page 1, smack dab in the middle of the page, in a call-out box, the Baja chicken salad is highlighted as famous. People mostly order that, and even though your sales are down, it actually becomes cheaper and more efficient to serve this reduced menu. And besides, no one seems to like pizza anymore. You start to wonder if tastes have changed. So in addition to the comment card on every table, you ask your existing customers a simple question. What would you like to see more of on the menu? The waitstaff ask every customer, and after a month, you collect all of that data, and the answer is clear. More salads. Yes! You realize that based on the success of your famous Baja chicken salad, your customer base wants more salad types. Now, the once vaunted variety of the deli is gone, but now you're ready to soar with your strengths with a new salad-heavy menu guaranteed to please your increasingly older and health-conscious customer base. 1 year later, your diner is out of business. The local paper does a story on your family business the week it's demolished to make way for a Sweetgreen. Now, you're perplexed as to why, after the failure of your salad-heavy menu, that a Sweetgreen would want to open up in your area. So you laugh it off, you wish him well. But here's what they knew that you didn't. Number one, people were tiring of Blaze pizzas and smash burgers and were looking for some variety. And number two, your salads weren't that good. Now that last one seems paradoxical, right? Wasn't it the Baja chicken salad that was the number one item on the menu? Isn't that why people came? Well, yeah, it was number one on the menu, but not because it was a great salad. The people who liked other kinds of entrees, they gradually went elsewhere to get them. Your customers didn't all of a sudden switch from wanting pizza to wanting salads. You just lost the customers that wanted pizza. You were fooled by the success of the salads, when in reality they were simply the best of an average lot. Blaze built its customer base on pizza, so it nails pizza. Smashburger built its customer base on burgers, so it nails burgers. But your diner didn't build its reputation on salads. Your parents built it on variety and value, and the salads were simply what survived. A Sweetgreen would have taken them from you one way or the other, because you were deceived by your only data source, the tastes of your ever-dwindling supply of customers. They didn't love your salads. They just simply didn't like pizza and burgers. Who doesn't love pizza and burgers? Now, I gave you 5 minutes on a fake diner so that you can quickly grasp the very real-life problem that my friend Sean Ross wrote about this week in his excellent Ross on Radio newsletter, How to Have More Hits. There's a link in the show notes. The problem, as Sean writes, is that radio doesn't have as many hits as it used to, which makes radio stations more reliant on playing fewer hits more often. In fact, contemporary radio in all formats, top 40, country, etc., has lately been missing hits that end up bigger on Spotify or YouTube, and then radio possibly brings them back, but robbed of their power a little bit, right? A day late and a dollar short. Well, it seems almost unthinkable today that a top 40 radio station, the kind of big hit radio station, would play both the new Dua Lipa single and a new Bon Jovi record, right? But that's exactly what a top 40 station would have done in the 90s. In fact, I looked one up. Here are the top 10 songs from a very major market top 40 station back in 1997. Third Eye Blind, Jewel, The Cardigans, Puff Daddy, and here I use his historical name, No Doubt, The Spice Girls, OMC, How Bizarre, if you remember that, One Headlight by the Wallflowers, Men in Black, Will Smith, and Quit Playing Games with My Heart by the Backstreet Boys. Now, it's a pretty wide variety, right? There's rock, there's pop, there's hip-hop. And in fact, throughout that whole period, even as more rhythmic songs and hip-hop started to really permeate the charts, there was always a Tal Bachman song or a Sean Mullins song. There was always sort of that rock element that still was part of Top 40. Now, that's as far as I'm going to venture into that territory. That's definitely Sean's domain, and he's much smarter than I am about that. But I do want to give you the most recent Top 10 for that very same station. That's of early June 2021. Here are the top 10 artists right now. Ariana Grande, Dua Lipa, Doja Cat, Saweetie, Lil Nas X, Bruno Mars, The Weeknd, Rit Momney, Kali Uchis, and Cardi B. Now, is there variety on that list? Absolutely. But it's nearly impossible for me to imagine One Headlight by the Wallflowers being on that list or on that station. Now, I'm going to stipulate here that tastes have changed, right? They've obviously changed. Styles come and go. The population in the U.S. is getting younger. The population in the U.S. is getting more diverse. I don't think there are any errors of commission on that list of names. I think all 10 are huge stars. Don't get me wrong. The station's doing a good job there. But my topic today is not errors of commission, but errors of omission, the lost hits that were missed out because they didn't seem to fit on the current menu. If a new Green Day song came out, would you hear it on the Doja Cat station? Maybe, maybe not. It's a pizza on a salad menu. So you pass on that Green Day song, and so you have to add another Bruno Mars song, or maybe play the latest Dua Lipa more frequently to cover up that hole in the playlist. Now, these complexities aren't new, and skilled program directors in radio, they've been juggling the ebbs and flows of playlists like that for decades. What is new, however, is an increased reliance on the diner comment card of the radio industry, the Listener Database Survey. Now, there's nothing wrong with asking your current customers or your current listeners what they want to hear. You don't succeed in any business without super serving your customers. But what do you do with those comment cards if your customer base is dwindling? If you're reading those cards and you're diligently serving more of the product that those people want, and your sales are down, and your audience is down, congratulations. You have fallen into what I call the optimization trap. Now, the optimization trap is sinister. It's especially prevalent in marketing technology with a widespread use of A/B testing. When our diner above asked its customers what they wanted more of, they said salads, but not because salads were hot. They said salads because we had already over-optimized the restaurant to serve the people who remained loyal, and we weren't even seeking the opinions of the people we used to have who are now happily munching burgers and pizzas across the street. The optimization trap is the great explanation for why things like net promoter scores can be really high and your sales can be declining. You're making fewer and fewer people happier and happier. I recently saw a slide in a national listener database radio survey that showed the tastes of boomers on one side and millennials on the other. There were more than 4 times as many boomers in the sample, despite the fact that millennials are actually the larger demographic group. And by the way, millennials are turning 40 now. When Gen Z isn't even filling out your comment cards, your menu stops carrying pizza. The optimization trap affects all audience-driven media, radio, streaming, podcasts, you name it. You see it on Spotify when Ed Sheeran puts out a new album and every track on that album goes to the Spotify Global Top 50. You see it on the Billboard chart when the album by Future that debuted at number 1 is finally booted out of that top spot by Future's next album, also debuting at number 1. And I've given links to both of those true facts in the show notes. Here's the truth. The relentless optimization that data-driven marketing has given us has also rendered us less curious about the people who aren't giving us that data. Even when your audience is growing, knowing the tastes of the people who aren't listening to you is crucial because at some point, your audience either pauses or it stops growing. And there you face a choice. Do I double down on what my existing audience wants? Or do I test the tolerance of my current audience and people who aren't listening for something different on the menu? So to return to Sean's excellent question, why don't we have more hits on the radio? I think the answer comes down to the shrinking Gen Z audience for radio, but it's more than just the numbers. It's the nature of the remaining audience and those that have now departed that's changed. The ones that are left are the ones who like what radio is doing now, and that's increasingly who radio is listening to more and more. And they want salads, not pizza. But I ask again, who doesn't like pizza? And that's I Hear Things for the week of June 11th. We'll see you next time with a little bit more on understanding what listeners want. I'm Tom Webster. Please subscribe to the podcast and subscribe to my newsletter at tomwebster.media, and we'll see you next week.